I thought it was me for a second.
We're good, Mr. Chair.
All right. Good evening. Welcome to the Tuesday, October 28th, 2025 school committee meeting here at the new middle school. My name is Ryan McMahon. I call this meeting to order. Start with introductions to my left.
Hi, I'm Student Representative Cameron Times.
Bert Bushman.
Rob Mullen.
Hi, Joe Messina, School Business Administrator.
Good evening, Mike Flanagan, Superintendent.
Becky Stanton.
Danielle Athanas.
Anthony Tenorella.
Stacy Guido.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Just a reminder, these meetings are audio and video recorded. I will seek a motion to approve the October 7th, 2025 school committee meeting minutes and the October 7th, 2025 executive session minutes, not to be released at this time.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries 7-0-0. Citizen time? See none. Correspondence, Dr. Flanagan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. There are two pieces of correspondence in your drive tonight. One is a letter from NEASC, or the New England Association of Schools and Colleges. They're coming for their 10-year visit next week, November 6th and 7th. This visiting team comes and they essentially assess all the programming at Tyngsborough High School, and they look to make sure that we are doing everything that we are committed to do. The visiting team will be led by Patty Haynes, who is the current assistant superintendent in the Portsmouth, New Hampshire School District. It's an important step for Tyngsborough High School. It's an opportunity for us to reflect on all of our practices, instructional practices, and curriculum alignment. And they will spend 2 days in the district interviewing different stakeholders. And it's a great opportunity for us to really be reflective about where we are and where we need to go. And I want to commend Mr. Ogden and the entire high school staff for the amount of work they've put in to prepare for this visit. This has been like 2 years worth of prep, and this all goes down next week. So we look forward to that. And the second bit of information in your drive is the annual notification about our Adopt a Family drive. And we've done this drive as a school district for over 30 years, close to 40 or 50 years. This was originally started by Chief Chronopoulos and Mr. Kelleher, who was the principal of Tyngsborough High School way back when. And they were the spearhead behind it. But everyone knows that the engine that ran Adopt a Family for the better part of 30 years was Eileen Flynn. And Mrs. Flynn passed away just 2 days ago, and she was with us, our district, for 30 years as the nurse at the high school, and she was an incredible, incredible woman, colleague, and friend, and we're going to miss her. So, Adopt a Family, please help out this year if you can. Sorry about that. She was a very important person to me.
Thank you. Personnel, notification of new hires. Ian King, Director of Facilities. James Powell, THS Second Shift Custodian. Welcome aboard. Notification of request for parental leave. Jenna Cardeline, TMS teacher. Share the success. Cameron?
Good evening, everyone. I'll save the elementary school fund for the TES presentation we'll hear soon. With that being said, the middle school field hockey and football teams remained undefeated last week. The middle school cross-country team finished their season with the league meet. Many of the students had their best race of the season. 8th grade students will get a chance to visit Greater Lowell Technical High School this Thursday morning. Auditions for the Adams Family starts next week for middle school students. This Saturday, the first annual Serenade Supper, which is a fundraiser for the Tyngsborough Theater program, will be held at TMS. Students will be singing songs from the golden age of theater, which is apparently the 40s and 60s, serving a pasta dinner prepared by Maeve's Kitchen, and there will also be raffle prizes and a 50-50 raffle. Doors will be open at 5:30 with the show and dinner starting at 6, and it's already sold out. At the high school, approximately 50 sophomores and juniors recently took the PSAT exam. Results will be available through the College Board the first week in November. DECA members attended the Mass DECA Fall State Leadership Conference at the DCU Center in Worcester. The conference focuses on building leadership skills for students through workshops, networking, and interactive activities. Video production courses will once again be offered starting trimester 2. interested students should speak to their school counselor. And finally, good luck to all fall sports teams that qualified for the MIA state tournament, especially field hockey. And thank you. That's it.
Thank you.
Especially field hockey?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to take 9A out of order.
Second?
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That carries 7-0.
Mrs. Kavanaugh? Yes. Welcome to our friends from TES.
Hi, good evening. Thank you for having us once again. Really excited for this group of students to present and highlight things that have happened at TES. They've done an incredible job preparing for tonight's presentation. They have incorporated some videos, which I hope you will enjoy as well. So it's your turn.
Good evening, members of the school committee. Thank you for inviting us here today. My name is Cadence, and we are all fifth graders chosen by our teachers to present to you. We are excited to share what the start of the school year has been like at our school. On the first day of school, 117 teachers and staff members welcomed 771 students. 160 of the students are new to our building. That means 21% of students at TES are new this year.
Hello, I am Liana. In addition to new students, we have a few new teachers and staff members as well. We will be introducing some of these new teachers throughout this presentation. We are going to start with Mrs. Pieslak, who joined TES as a special education facilitator. She came to us from the Norris Road campus, where she was a speech and language pathologist for 19 years. She tells us that she is enjoying her new role and is excited to continue working with Tyngsborough families.
Hello, I am Talia. We would like to thank our maintenance, custodians, and summer staff for all the hard work they did getting the school ready for the new year. The first few weeks of school were all about building community. We learned new routines, got to know our classmates, practiced working together, and reviewed our stripes promise.
Hello, I am Connor. Our fourth annual walkathon is tomorrow. This is a fun and active way for our community to come together in support of TES. The students get to enjoy some time outside while walking laps around the field and listening to some upbeat music. The funds we have raised in the past have gone towards supplemental resources, updating books in our library, special celebrations, and branding, such as the striped stickers around the school. This is all thanks to the generous support of our family and friends.
Hello, I am Rosalind. We recently reached out to Mrs. Jablonski, the paraprofessional in our classroom, to ask her about her role at TES. This is her 18th year at TES. She loves working with students in every subject, especially math. She tells us she enjoys all grade levels, but we know fifth grade is her favorite. One of her favorite things about teaching is when she can see the light bulb turn on when a student understands a difficult concept.
Every day, each class in the school has win time scheduled. Win allows students to have an opportunity to catch up on things or get extra help. Teachers like to use this for small group work. Once we are all caught up on our assignments, we have a choice board for enrichment activities. This helps us get exactly what we need as learners.
As fifth graders, we have the opportunity to play an instrument. Mr. Constantino, the new band director, came to TES with the David French Rental Company to show us some of the instruments we could play. Any fifth grader can participate and will meet once a week with an instructor. They will learn the basics of the instrument and music theory, which will set them up for success when they get to sixth grade. At the end of the year, they will play some of their music at the spring concert.
Recess continues to be a favorite part of the day for TES students, and that is mostly because of our amazing playgrounds. In recognition of October and Bullying Prevention Month, we thought we'd mention the buddy benches on each playground. If you are feeling left out or can't find a group of students to play with, you can sit on a buddy bench, which lets others know that you are looking for a friend. It's time for a video. We thought it'd be fun to include a few in our presentation. It allows you to see us in our natural environment. Our first video is an interview with our two new fourth grade teachers, Ms. Gallant and Ms. McCoy.
We're here with fourth grade teacher, Miss McCoy. Thank you for letting us interview you today, Miss McCoy.
Of course, I'm so excited.
How do you like teaching fourth grade?
So far, I really like it. I've enjoyed getting to know all my students and seeing everybody else in fourth grade, but so far it's very fun.
Are you enjoying TES so far?
I am. Everybody I work with is so nice. All the students I see in the hallway. I really love it here so far.
Do you have a favorite lesson that you are looking forward to teaching?
That's a great question. I think I'm looking forward to teaching math, learning about angles. I'm excited for that. That's something new I'm excited to teach.
What is a book that you like to read to your class?
We're actually reading The Wild Robot right now. Have you watched it or read it?
Yes.
Yeah. I haven't read it. I'm really excited for the ending. We're getting close, so.
Thank you for letting us interview you today.
Thank you for coming in.
We are here with fourth grade teacher, Miss Gallant.
Thank you for letting us interview you today, Ms. Gallant.
Of course.
How do you like teaching fourth grade?
I absolutely love it. I've taught fourth grade before, but this is my first time at this school.
Are you enjoying TES so far?
Absolutely. Everyone is fantastic.
Do you have a favorite lesson that you are looking forward to teaching?
So we already did it, but we have paper butterflies, and we camouflage them around the classroom. And the students absolutely loved it. That's my favorite lesson.
What is a book that you like to read to your class?
I'm hoping we can read Wonder.
Thank you for answering our questions.
Let's go back to the presentation.
Hello, I'm Violet. We have two new special subject teachers who joined TES this year. Mr. Lutke is our new PE teacher, and Mr. Eaton is our new music teacher. Please enjoy these videos of their interviews.
We are here with our PE teacher, Mr. Lutke. Thank you for letting us interview you today.
Hello, everyone.
What's your favorite part of being a PE teacher?
Oh boy, that's a tough question. So my favorite part about being a phys ed teacher is the fact that I am able to shape the young minds of our students and also for them to be able to get physically active so that I can then give them the knowledge to be able to play sports and activities and really just get outside and really enjoy life.
What is your favorite sport?
That's also a tough one. So my favorite sport would have to probably be soccer. I played it when I was really, really young. I think I've now been playing it for about 17 years now, so that is probably my favorite sport. My favorite soccer team is going to be Paris Saint-Germain. I actually just visited Paris this summer, and I was actually even able to zip line over the stadium.
Do you have a favorite lesson that you are looking forward to teaching?
Ooh, favorite lesson? That has to probably be volleyball. I've always really enjoyed that lesson because volleyball is a really great sport for everyone to get involved and play with, and you can really play it everywhere. You can play it in the beach, you can play it in the sand. It's just a phenomenal sport to play.
Thank you for answering our questions. We are here with our music teacher, Mr. Ian. Thank you for letting us interview you today.
You're welcome.
What is your favorite part of being a music teacher?
Well, I've loved music so much since I was a little kid that I just love getting the chance to share music with everyone. And hopefully they love it as much as I do.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite instrument?
I think I'm sitting in front of it right now. I would say it's probably the drums because I'm a percussionist, a drummer, and that's what I focused on when I was in music school and when I was growing up.
That's cool. Yeah. Do you have a favorite lesson that you are looking forward to teaching?
Well, I'm really looking forward to starting ukulele with 4th and 5th graders this year because we haven't had ukulele at TES, so that'll be a new thing.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for answering our questions. Let's go back to the presentation.
Hello, I am Smriti. This year, the 5th grade team has made some changes to our schedule. We are learning to be more independent in preparation for next year, when we transition to middle school. We are switching classes on our own, mixing up the classes for our special subjects, and using our lockers between classes to stay organized. One of the best changes for us is Friendship Fridays, where we could sit with kids from any room for lunch instead of just our own homerooms.
Hello, I'm Savannah. There are 5 5th grade classes this year. We're divided into 3 teacher and 2 teacher teams. Each class begins the day in their homeroom and moves to the different academic subjects. The 3 teacher team switches classes for ELA, math, science, and social studies. The 2 teacher team switches classes for math and ELA. These changes are helping us become leaders, role models, and independent thinkers.
Hello, I am Peyton. I'm excited to announce that the library is up and running at TES. Mrs. Greenwood has created a welcoming space and is getting great feedback from the classes that have visited. Each class has time every other week to browse and check out books. In addition to their scheduled time, the library will be open Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 9 to 12 if anyone wants to swap out books earlier.
Another perk to being a 5th grader is the TES News. Each week, a group of 5 or 6 5th graders meet in the newsroom to record. There are daily segments like Mindfulness Monday, Trivia Tuesday, and Tacky Thursday. Birthdays are announced daily, and there is even an option for teachers to send in pictures from their classroom activities. We can tell you from experience that students love to see themselves on the news.
Hello, I am Milo. Our final video of the presentation is from our new preschool teacher, Mrs. Masoda's classroom.
We are here in Miss Masoda's pre-K classroom. Miss Masoda tells us that she loves teaching pre-K and that she is lucky to help shape little minds for their future. They make her laugh every day. She's looking forward to doing science experiments and seeing them enjoy hands-on science.
They are currently reading the Big Spot book that talks about emotions. It is stuffed animals that signify the different emotions, and her students enjoy it. Her goals for this year are to make all her students feel welcome, valued, and safe in her classroom.
Let's head back to the presentation.
Dr. Flanagan, Mr. Woodlock, Mr. Messina, student representative Times, and dedicated school committee members. Thank you for showing your stripes and working hard to support the students, staff, and teachers at TES. We appreciate you taking the time from us to hear taking the time to hear from us this evening. If you have any questions, we'd love to answer them.
What a great job.
Great job, guys. We love when you guys come out and talk to us. It's the best nights of our year. I'm going to open it up to the committee for questions.
Start. I don't have a question, more so a comment. I think it was Brianna, great job with PSLAC and speech language pathologists. That was amazing. I don't know, I had to practice that in my head a couple of times. And to all of you, you did a fabulous job. We especially enjoy the back and forth video. That takes a ton of coordination, and it's really impressive to see your skills on camera, your skills in person, and then your ability to bounce it back and forth. I also really appreciate how you guys supported each other through this, because I'm sure it's a little nerve-wracking coming up here, and so great teamwork, all of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have a double-edged question for anybody who wants to answer it. You're all fifth graders, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so two questions. First question, what's your favorite memory at TES been, and how many of you have older siblings in middle school?
So I have an older sister in middle school.
Okay.
Her name is Ari. And then probably one of my favorite memories is hanging out with my friends and doing a lot of cool activities.
Is there anything you're looking forward to in middle school? Especially if you've got siblings, you're already hearing what it's like here. So what are you guys looking forward to next year when you transition up?
Probably learning how to switch classes and doing all the different educations.
I also have an older sister in middle school. Her name is Lucy. And in fifth grade, one of my memories is I just love all the activities we do and how we learn to do all this stuff.
I don't have an older sibling in middle school, but my favorite memory is when switching classes and learning to do all the stuff that the harder stuff in the school, and it's fun to switch things up for a specialist to be with your other friends.
Nice.
I don't have an older sibling in middle school, but I have my mom. So, so I'm excited to see her. And my favorite memory is probably just seeing my friends all the time. So I really like that part of school.
Nice.
I was hoping they were all going to say we're looking forward to middle school art next year. That's what I was hoping.
I'd just like to, first of all, thank all the parents and guardians for bringing the kids out tonight and coming to support them. This is one of the 3 nights that we cherish as a school committee group. is when the three schools come and present. And I say it every year, but there's a lot of adults who couldn't do what the 10 of you just did in front of us, especially knowing there's millions of people at home watching. But you guys did an amazing job. And the middle school teachers and staff look forward to having you guys come up here. The only other comment I'd like to make is, you guys mentioned all your teachers, but what I love to see too is you mentioned the paraprofessionals who work in our buildings. They truly don't get the credit that they deserve a lot of the time, so thank you for mentioning them. And our custodian and maintenance staff, they do a great job, so thank you for including them in our presentations too, because they sometimes get forgotten because the classroom teacher, gets all the fame. So thank you guys for doing that. I'm sure they appreciate it as well. But great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
I also wanted to say I think you all did a great job, and like Mrs. Stanton said, I loved the back and forth between the videos and your presentation, and you must have practiced because you had it timed really well, even when you switched groups and everything, so that was great. I also agree that you guys are really brave, and you didn't seem nervous at all. We just started having meetings in this room. I think this is only our second, and I find this room extremely intimidating. I miss our old room. So I can't imagine being young and coming in and having to do a presentation in this room. I think you guys all did fabulous.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I love hearing when you guys come in and you tell us about what's going on in the elementary school. I love when all the schools come in and talk, but don't tell the other ones you're kind of my favorite. Because you guys are just doing really fun stuff, and you're doing exciting activities, and there's just lots of learning and fun things going on. I will tell you, and I'm sure Ari and Lucy tell you, that this is a pretty great place to be, so you're gonna have a lot of fun next year, and I don't want you to be nervous, because there's lots of people that are here to help you, and it's not really a scary transition. You will, of course, have your mom, which is very helpful, and everybody loves her, not just you, everybody, all the students here love her, but I know when my 5th grader started middle school, she was maybe a little bit nervous, but once she got here, she realized how helpful everybody is, and how the older kids kind of look out for the younger kids, which is really nice. So don't be too nervous about that change. But you all did fabulous. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Any questions down this way?
I just want to say you guys did a terrific job. Particularly, I think as Mrs. Stanton said, the coordination with the videos and with each of you was just great. And so a lot of adults couldn't do what you did tonight. So thank you, and have a great year this year.
Thank you.
I want to say something real quick. My presentations get sometimes a little boring just reading from this paper. So thank you guys for covering the elementary school for me. It was super entertaining, and you guys are really awesome. So you should be proud of yourselves for being up here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cam, we're gonna want videos moving forward.
Yeah, exactly. Just raise the bar for Cam.
Because these get kind of like, whatever, but I can do some videos if you want.
Yeah, I just want to say, I think it's great to hear about your experiences, and I think it's important to know that, some of the changes that you are realizing now came from the feedback of the students who sat in that seat last year, whether it was middle school kids saying, I wish we had learned how to trade classes or had the opportunity to have different specialists with kids not on team or not in our cohort group. I think that's important to know. So the feedback that you give at this table is important. It's something that the committee hears, and we try to make sure that our strategy for district improvement, which you have no idea what it is, and that's fine, but that drives the work that we do, and your feedback and your voice is absolutely critical to us. So you are awesome tonight. Great job, and thank you for coming out. So with that, we probably want to do a
Yeah, so just phenomenal job, like everybody said. You guys are amazing. I agree with Stacy. When the TES comes, it's the most fun. TMS and THS are good, but TES is definitely the most fun. We'll take a recess so parents can take pictures. So
I'll make a motion for a recess.
Second?
discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? That passes 7-0. We are in recess. Wait for the All right, welcome back. We're going to pick the meeting up, already in progress. Item 7, subcommittee updates. I don't believe we have any tonight.
We do not, nope.
Unfinished business, MSBA update. Dr. Flanagan?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We'll jump right in the slide deck at this point. Just a reminder about upcoming meetings. You'll see this is a little bit different than we've experienced in the past, and you'll understand why when we get to that slide. But there are no school building committee meetings coming up in the near future. MSBA updates. So at this point, we are really close. We're so close. The sod's been installed in the field, and actually today the infield clay came alive because they added the color pigment to it and additional clay, and the softball field looks incredible. The fence is up. We're just a batting cage, a shed, and a scoreboard away from being complete out there. Punch list is ongoing in the school. I did learn today that Fontaine and JCJ in left field plan to be out of here by November 20th. So we have about 3 weeks left, and then we're on our own, which is kind of scary to be thinking about it, to be honest with you, because it's nice having them there say, hey, how does this work? What are we doing with this? But they're going to be out here on November 20th. But punch list is ongoing. This Saturday, weather contingent, they will do the final pave of the parking lot area and the entrance road. They will stripe on Sunday, and we could be opening that parking lot as early as Monday. The discus and shot put area behind the high school is complete. Again, we're looking to open the parking lot hopefully on Monday, and I have some graphics to show you here in a second. I will say at our last school building committee meeting, the cell phone repeater was approved. Basically, one of the things that we value engineered out of this project a year and a half, 2 years ago at this point, was a cell phone repeater to go throughout the school. Given the envelope of the school and the construction design of this building, it is an airtight building. So one of the things that's compromised really is your cell phone ability to connect to Wi-Fi and things like that. So we're going to put a repeater back into the project. It is expensive. It's going to be, I think the committee approved up to $325,000 for this. But it's something that's necessary. When we have kids that are in this school, like you came in tonight, you saw theater here after hours, we need to be able to reach these students without somebody manning the office phone. So it's a critical need, particularly that basketball just started last weekend as well. So this building is humming right now. So we need cell phone access for families and kids. So once we get a number on that, that'll be installed over the next few months. The school building committee also at their last meeting decided to go into a moratorium. So they did not disband, but there will be no meetings of the school building committee group until probably the very last meeting, which won't happen until April. And I'm thinking at this point, I think one of the things we talked about was probably doing an official ribbon cutting, grand opening ceremony, a final school building committee meeting, and some kind of report that will be presented in May or available in May at town meeting, just to kind of give the final details of the project. But we are extremely close to being complete. That being said, go to the next slide. We did talk about the parking lot. So these will be the new parking lot assignments. Parking lot 1 will be TMS staff, central office, and IT. Area 2 will be THS students, both those areas. There's 2 area 2s there that you can see. And area 3 will be for the Tyngsborough High School staff. Currently, today, we've assigned 234 parking passes. That's all students, all staff, everyone who travels. That's everyone on this campus at any point. By Monday or Monday of next week, we'll have 343 spaces available. So there'll be plenty of parking here on campus. In terms of the actual traffic pattern, nothing is going to change in the morning. We have a seamless drop-off in the morning. We want to keep the morning drop-off the same. The afternoon dismissal is where it gets a little hairy. And when we reassign the parking lots, this is why we're going to change the afternoon dismissal. So if you follow next to the central office entrance, you can see the white blocks lining up. Those will be middle school parents picking up. So middle school parents will travel the red line, come straight ahead, and line up right on that sidewalk, essentially right outside Mr. Messina's office, all the way back around the loop to softball field. High school parents will continue their traditional bottom third parking lot lineup down at the bottom there. So really no change for the high school pickup, but the middle school pickup will be different. So this will be sent home to parents in a standalone email from the middle school administration later this week, and we will let parents know potentially Sunday or Monday that it's a green light and this is how we're going to do it. Again, no different than the start of the school year. It'll take us 2 or 3 days to figure it out, but once we have it figured out, it'll be seamless at that point going forward. So those are the potential traffic patterns moving forward. And that's all I have for MSBA update. If there are any questions about that.
Yeah, when will we have final numbers on budget and what we spent compared to what we approved? And
Yeah, probably at our April meeting, we'll actually dial it in at that point. There could be a little spending here and there between now and April, but one of the things that we did talk about at our last meeting is the committee is, or the project is going to come in at least $2.8 million under budget. So that's minimal. So we're hoping that it goes up from that, but we just don't know. We don't know yet. An example, we're going to need to replace the flasher on Norris Road. You know, that could be $5,000 to $10,000. We don't know what that's going to be. So there'll be little incidentals along the way. So we're keeping some money in the contingency, but minimally, we're going to be 2.8 under budget.
That's amazing.
And if I could, to add to that, it's 2.8 million under the taxpayer portion, the
54.5, yeah.
not the reimbursable portion. So
Oh,
instead of borrowing the 54.5, it'll be 51.7.
it's close enough.
Your math was great there, Tony.
So I think that's an important piece to throw out there, is we're not borrowing as much.
Right.
Which is good.
I have a quick, short-term question. With the paving on Saturday and Sunday, I'm assuming the in and out will go out of the exit road instead.
So you're thinking about Saturday night?
I'm thinking about Saturday night, if there's any sport, I mean, selfishly, yes, but if there's any sporting events too, like that would clearly affect all traffic all day, both days.
Yeah. So right now, the plan is we will use two-way traffic in and out of the exit for basketball. We need 6 hours of curing on the final pave. They're going to start the final pave at Norris Road, knowing we have an event here Saturday night. So we could potentially drive on the new paved area and use the regular entrance for the Serenade Supper Saturday night. That'll be a game time decision. That'll be made by Fontaine, who's on site. And if there were any tire marks that came on the new pavement, they could just heat it up and smooth it out. So they're not worried about that. But they said we need about 6 hours. So they're going to start the paving out there so we could potentially have both entrance and exit open for Saturday night. So that's the goal. So we're cognizant of it. It's on our radar, and we're going to make sure if we can't do that, there'll be plenty of signage and lighting.
And would there be cones on the exit road, just because I
Yes,
would imagine?
because we have to turn 2 ways.
Awesome.
Yep. So that's it for MSB update.
Thank you. TES strategy for district improvement update.
Thank you. So Mrs. Kavanaugh, Ms. Souza, and Dr. Salmon are going to come forward. Typically, Mr. Woodlock does his presentation. Mr. Woodlock is unavailable tonight, and we're going to let the TES admin take it from here.
So you're stuck with us, sorry. Is this on? This is on, I don't have to press anything. All right. Nice to be in this new space. Thank you for all your compliments to our students. They did really work hard, so I appreciate you giving them that feedback. I certainly said to them today that I am confident one of them will be sitting in Cameron's seat when they are in high school. So tonight we are here to provide a brief update on our strategy for district improvement. As all of you know, our SDI is a very comprehensive plan with a lot of details and a lot of big goals that we are working towards as a school and as a district. Tonight we wanted to just highlight 3 of our priority areas and let you know the work that has been happening thus far. So the first one is really trying to build the MTSS model, which is the multi-tiered systems for support. And we will do that through supporting our students academically, socially, emotionally. And we will also support increased attendance, increased engagement, and responsive instruction to all learners. And we will do that through a lot of the research-based evidence with the MTSS model. Talks about UDL principles, Universal Design for Learning principles. Our staff has continued to have professional development in that area. And it's really giving students the opportunity for choice within their learning. And it gives them the opportunity to be able to be more engaged. So as learners, they can self-select things more independently, even our youngest learners. And so we've had some really good conversations, even with our kindergarten teachers, about what that looks like in their classroom. And it's so insightful to hear elementary school age students talk about what works best for their learning style. So that's, I think, a really big push, is making sure that their voice is heard and that they have the opportunity for choice. Additionally, we are looking closely at all of our student data. Happy to report that our beginning of the school year fall assessment data is quite promising, meaning our DIBELS, so our reading assessments, and our math IXL assessments have shown that our students are meeting or exceeding benchmark, so they're either at already grade level where they should be or above. And we're seeing that trend in a positive direction, certainly in our lower elementary school. In the upper elementary school, we are having to provide some more targeted interventions and supports, and we do still feel that that is a result of COVID. But again, we're seeing the data trend in a positive direction, which is very good for us to see. We had some good conversations in our recent data meetings. Additionally, we have had a much more concentrated focus during our professional learning communities, which is times when grade level teachers are meeting. They're meeting with our instructional coaches, Erica Cooper and Katie Leahy, and we are part of those meetings, looking at student data and making sure we're making informed decisions to be able to support our students, students who are at grade level, but also those students who are beyond grade level. I think historically, TES has spent a lot of time providing interventions and supports. We're really looking closely at our students who need more enrichment opportunities and pushing those students to be sure that they're getting those excelled opportunities academically. So I'm excited about that as well. And then finally, just, obviously all of this is good news. A lot of important work is happening at the elementary school, but if the students aren't in the building, it makes it virtually impossible to see student achievement. And so we did see a slight increase in our overall chronic absenteeism. According to the state, chronic absenteeism falls within missing 10% or more of a school year. And so in 2024, we were at 14.2% of our student population meeting that criteria of chronic absenteeism. And then last year we were at 14.7%. So not trending in the way that we want. So we have designed more frequent check-ins with those individual families and students to be able to tailor supports to be sure that they can come to school consistently. And I think we were having ongoing communication with families. I just don't know that it was frequent enough. And so now we're doing kind of a data sort every 4 weeks to check in on those families who we're concerned about. And the bottom line is really, at this age, at the elementary school age, we're supporting the families to get the students to school. So it is a collaborative effort, working with our school counselors, our school nurses, the families, any outside supports or services that we can put in place for the families to be sure that the students are attending regularly. But again, overall, lots of positive moves on this particular priority area. So
we have 3 goals that TES is focusing on for providing comprehensive and inclusive learning environments. The first goal is surrounded particularly to have our curriculum documents more accessible. So grade level teams are working with our instructional coaches and ensuring that our curriculum documents are updated, not only to reflect the content that's being addressed, but what standards are being, what is the focus of the standard, and that's really kind of like the heavy work of what the teachers are doing, digging deep into the standards, looking at where they're coming from the grade before them and kind of what's expected the following year. So ensuring that we are specific to addressing those standards. The other goal is to ensure that the training and support that we received from Keys to Literacy is being embedded not only in our ELA block, but across all our content areas, and making sure we are using those comprehension strategies and vocabulary strategies and building that into our curriculum planning. And our third is really ensuring the effectiveness of our 2 win blocks. We're in year 2 of implementing a second win block, as Mrs. Kavanaugh had said, our data is trending in the right direction. So that is one piece of evidence that supports that it is effective. But we are really kind of focusing in, like she said, on more, not only just intervening for targeted interventions, but those students that are either meeting a benchmark or exceeding a benchmark, and making sure that we want those kids to continue to progress, so.
All right, I have the third one, which Carrie already mentioned, focused around professional learning communities, or PLCs. So one of the things we did over the summer was really look at how can we provide our teachers more time to really dive deep into the data and look at the curriculum and, to what Erin said, really match them up to the standards and how that's going to work. So we were able to take our PLCs and split them into two different groups and get them more time every couple weeks. So the first one would be focused on data, which is what we've already had. We had one of those already, where the teachers sat down as a group and looked at the data and really analyzed where are our kids, where do we need to go with these enrichments and interventions, and how best to support them. The next one that's coming up actually tomorrow and Thursday is going to be around curriculum development and curriculum assessments. How are we refining all our curriculum work, making sure it is properly accessible to everyone, and we have all the right materials in place. We've really looked at working with our grade level leaders at this point and bringing them on board. We've had some meetings with them throughout the year about how best to optimize the time that we have in these PLCs, and there's never enough time to do all this work throughout the school day. So how can we best use these grade level leaders and our two instructional coaches to really maximize the time and focus an agenda that's going to get the most out of the time that we provide for these teachers. So right now that's kind of where our PLCs are and what we're working on, and hopefully we can have some good student outcomes throughout all that data analysis and refinement.
So happy to answer any questions that you have. Again, we were asked to just provide kind of a brief overview, but happy to answer any questions.
I have a quick question about the absenteeism. You said that you're running those reports like every 4 weeks or so. I know it's far too early to tell a full year trend, but are we noticing any improvement or negative direction, I guess, at all, or?
Sadly, not looking great for a cohort of students that we have tracked over time. So more work to do. And I think we've talked about this, or I certainly know at the school committee level, this has been a discussion. Chronic absenteeism is not a concern in Tyngsborough. It's a nationwide concern, and that's been since post-COVID. But a lot of the districts and states are seeing numbers move in a more positive direction, and we saw a slight increase. But I do think we have a proactive plan in place. And I think that regular homeschool communication is key in making sure that we support families to be sure that students come to school regularly.
And I guess consistent with any data, because we are small, 1 or 2 students per grade level that are chronically absent impacts our percentages significantly.
Right.
So,
And those are the percentages.
Sometimes it's
yeah.
hard with a smaller population.
Sure. And we're not only just looking at, when we do those 4-week checkpoints, not just the total count of the absentee, but what the student has missed as far as the percentage. So
Right.
we know, like, if such and such student has already missed 20% of school, that's somebody that we're going to be kind of providing some interventions and support with. So.
Any more questions?
I had one just quick question with the PLCs. Again, early on, but have you gotten any feedback from the teachers, with kind of more this direction of the, more, I guess, focused agenda and more focused looking at the data and making connections and better use of time? Are you getting like a feedback from the teachers yet about this is working, or we like this, or this is better use of our time, or are we finding it helpful?
Yeah, I mean, I would say because we're so active in PLCs, we're seeing that it's very solution-oriented. Those meetings always have an intended outcome. And so we've worked, again, as John said, with the grade level leaders to develop comprehensive agendas that are obtainable within an hour and a half, They don't have a lot of time together.
Right.
But they have an hour and a half of solid work, and they have a timekeeper, and they have somebody taking notes and somebody who's writing action items. So it's very action-oriented, and so I feel like we've been doing PLCs for as long as I've been at TES, but it hasn't been as comprehensive as an approach as it is this year, and I feel like just in the 4 meetings that we've had over the course of this school year, the outcome has been tenfold what it's been in the past. And I think
That's what I meant, like more
yeah,
of an effective.
the product is
Yeah, the
what we're
product.
able to, what we're able to get out of those meetings, because it's so focused and there's an intended outcome, has been incredibly beneficial. And I think a big part of that is certainly our involvement, and making sure people are kind of staying on track. But the grade level leaders, we have exceptional grade level leaders, K through 5, who are taking strong leadership positions in our building, and they're also supporting their colleagues in that work, so.
That's great, and that's great that it's coming from, you know,
Their
their colleagues
colleagues.
and from
Yeah.
them
Correct.
too, and not just from you
Yeah.
guys,
Yes.
so.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Good to hear.
Is that our timer? Is that our timer?
No, Dr. Sam, address that on your way out, please. Thank you very much. That was very informative. I think we're probably good there.
Yeah, great job, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you,
Have a
everyone.
great night.
Have a good night.
Okay, item 9, new business, TES.
I think it's an
school
auto
opening.
scrubber going down the hall. It's,
Backing up.
yeah. It could be upstairs on the 2nd floor. It's the auto scrubber.
That's almost tracking my heartbeat.
You know what? We're working through it. We're gonna figure all this stuff out. It's new. It's new. 9B, Mr. Chair, is Mr. Messina.
9A? Oh, we did 9A.
did 9A.
Yep, correct. All right, Ms.
Good with 9B? Good. Thank you, Mr. Chair, Dr. Flanagan. So back in April, we signed our middle school solar PPA agreement for 10.69 cents kilowatt hour for electric coming off of the panels. At the beginning of September, Select Energy actually reached out to me and mentioned that the state actually just rolled out their Smart 3.0 solar plan. And the middle school was eligible for that new plan, and as a result, the new pricing for the panels that are gonna go on this building are actually gonna go down to 2.44 cents. So a very healthy decrease. I'm very pleased that it dropped as much as it did. Select is now looking for us to agree to an amendment to the new pricing. I would strongly recommend the committee vote that new pricing agreement. Yes. Also, working with Left Field and Fontaine, we're looking at a mid-November to install the panels. There's one more testing that they need to do on the roof. They don't anticipate any issues, so once they do that testing, we can give Select the go-ahead to start the install. So hopefully, as early as the end of this calendar year, we'll be generating some power out of those things.
Exciting.
Great.
All right, I will seek a motion authorizing the chair to execute the contract.
So moved. Second?
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That carries 700.
Thank you. And just as a procedure, I'll inform Select of the positive vote, and they will actually send you a DocuSign
Okay.
to sign. So we're going high-tech here.
Fancy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Messina. 9C, Dr. Flanagan.
Yes, thank you. I received an email communication last week from Colin Moiselle and Jessica Brunel, our town clerk, saying that as a result of the vacancy, the poor passing of Senator Kennedy, we need to have a special election for his seat at the State House. So they need to have a primary, or we need to have a primary on February 3rd and a general election on March 3rd. Given that both the elementary school and the middle school are our polling places, we need to make sure that they are early release days so that we are not serving lunch in the cafeteria and or breakfast in the cafeteria. So we will come up with an alternative for breakfast, probably like a brown bag situation where it'll be pushed out into the gym or libraries at each school, so the kids can still have access to breakfast. But in terms of the election itself, we need to change our calendar. Again, these dates were voted on by the state legislature and kind of given to us. These are not really our input. That being said, February 3rd, we need to make that an early release day. And then in March, we have already scheduled an early release day on March 11th, but we need to move that to March 3rd. Now, typically, we keep our release days consistent on Wednesdays throughout the school year, but given that it's an election, they have to happen on Tuesdays. So the recommendation is that we make this adjustment now so that I can communicate with parents tomorrow and get this on our calendar and let everyone know, it's beyond our control, but it's something that we need to do.
So I'll make a motion to amend the 2025-2026 TPS academic calendar as presented.
Second?
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It carries 7-0.
So communication will go out about this, as I said, tomorrow, and let parents know they can start planning now.
Thank you.
All right.
Finance, Mr. Messina.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So for signing of bills, we had 10 bill warrants presented to the committee tonight. I do have them all back approved. As always, in your drive is the list of warrant numbers, accounts, and amounts. No signing of payroll tonight. We'll do that at your next meeting. And in your package is the September financial package in the drive. That consists of 3 reports. That's your budget at the end of September, your revolving account balances at the end of September, as well as student account balances at the end of September. And I will leave enrollment for the chair.
Thank you. At TES, we have 768 students, TMS 350, THS 431, and 22 out of district for a total of 1,571 students.
Thank you.
School committee discussion. Cameron.
I'm all set, thank you.
I'd just like to thank the TES administration, the parents and students for a great job, well done.
I'm all set, thank you.
Almost done. Thank you.
Stacy?
I'm going to try and do this quickly because I have a lot of good things to talk about. I'd like to say congratulations to Christine Manganis. She is one of the TES counselors and psychologists at the elementary school at TES. And she was awarded the Friend of Children's Awards. And I wanted to congratulate her. Anyone who has had kids go through the elementary school is probably familiar with her. Just a great person, great with kids, great at communicating with the parents. She won this award for her commitment to the well-being and success of children, not only in our school district, but across the state. So I'd like to say congratulations to her. And the other thing I wanted to talk about is, people may not be aware of this, but as school committee members, we get to have tours of the schools pretty regularly, or at least annually. We can have them whenever we want, but we usually do it annually. Mrs. Stanton and I went this past Friday, and we got to have a tour of the 3 schools. And I just want to share a couple of things that we saw on our tours. One thing that really impressed me about the new middle school is the new technologies that the teachers are using and that this building affords the teachers to use. For all students, especially things that are helpful to the special education students, and it was, we heard about them when the school was going to be built, but to actually see them in action was pretty cool, and it was great to see them being used and really see how actually they are very helpful. The flexible seating, to see the number of students that are using them and finding them helpful, that was exciting to see. To see the classroom neighborhoods actually being used, whether it was small group work with their classmates, or at one point we saw a teacher working on one-on-one with a student, and just having that kind of, quiet corner place to go to work one-on-one. That was really cool to see that idea actually in use. And it was such a bright we commented afterwards what a bright and happy space it was when we left. And having gone on tours of the old middle school, it just, you walked out with a totally different feeling. Everybody was smiling, everybody that you saw, all the staff, all the kids, they were so happy, they were so almost proud looking when you saw them in the hallway, because it was like, hey, do you see my school? The windows and the light coming in, the special education space that they didn't have before, the counselor space they didn't have before. It just was amazing, and you know, you hear things like it's too big of a school and it's not getting used. Every space is in use, it's being used, and it's being used in a wonderful way, and the kids are benefiting. So that was the middle school. We went and saw the high school. I was amazed at how quiet it is over there, Cameron. Like, you guys switch classes and move around the building, and it is respectful and quiet, and I just was really proud of our high schoolers, and I think it says a lot about our staff and our teachers that there's that many kids in that building, and they just quietly walk down the halls, and they're smiling, and they're happy. They pass an adult in the hallway, and they say hi, and they greet them. It was wind time, and there was a group of students in the band room having a little jam session during their wind time, and that was fantastic to see. That was they're not even band students. That was just, the band teacher told us, that was just their outlet for wind, to have that time to go use those instruments. So that was really exciting. And then, of course, the elementary school, which I already said is my favorite, because I used to be a teacher and I worked in elementary school. Again, surprisingly quiet for an elementary school, to walk by classrooms and peek in, and you have classrooms of elementary age students, and there are 20 plus students in a classroom, and these teachers have well-organized classrooms where there could be small group instruction, whole group instruction. I saw fine motor included in lessons, large motor included in lessons. Classrooms, so there was a mix of small group and students working independently in their desks. And every single classroom I saw, the classroom management was amazing. Every single child was engaged, working, happy. Nobody was up out of their chairs without knowing what to do. You could walk down the hallway and hear a pin drop. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Everybody was happy. Teachers were happy, staff was happy, kids were happy. Different teaching techniques were being used. New technology was being used. And lastly, I will say, all of the buildings were clean, impeccably clean. Well-maintained. Our staff, our faculty, our facility staff, absolutely doing an amazing job. I don't know how that elementary school with all those kids, I have kids so clean. So they're doing a fabulous job, and I know I took a lot of my time. I got done with that tour, and I was very, very happy, very impressed, and felt very lucky that my children go to school in this district. So I thought that was important to share with everybody. In a long time.
I think she used all my time.
Yes.
Thank you, Stacy.
I said it at our school building committee meeting last week, but I'd like to publicly thank Left Field, JCJ, Fontaine for this building. You know, we meet every couple of weeks, we check on the progress, but the work that they did in putting this together on time COVID issues and having to go back to the town, everything that we went through over the last 4 or 5 years in building this, it's coming to an end, like we saw earlier, that the parking lot will be completed, girls softball field's just about done, and we're wrapping up, and just what an incredible job they did in working with Dr. Flanagan and our staff here, always putting our students and our after-school activities and planning to keep everything open and running and working, and most importantly, keeping our kids safe through the entire thing. That was their top priority. So thank you again to Left Field, JCJ, Fontaine Brothers, and everyone who helped and contributed. So, and thank you to our elementary school and the parents that came out this evening. Always great to see them. And Stacy used up 72 minutes, so I still got another 58 to go. But that's it. Thank you.
I also would like to thank all of the TES crew for coming out tonight. It's always awesome to hear what's going on with the kids there, and to see how excited and well-polished that those kids are. That's the future of the other half of the campus when they come up in another year. So good job to them tonight. Good luck to all of the undefeated teams in the middle and high school who are advancing. Good luck to the theater crew this weekend. Best wishes for a successful fundraiser. And that's all we got.
I won't take as much time as Stacy. I think what struck me was the modern academic learning environment that we have in all three of our buildings. We're using technology, we're using modern teaching techniques, and we're acting like it's 2025 and 2026, not the 90s or the 50s. In the middle school, which is where we started, it was happy. You just felt happiness in the building, which was great. Some of the feedback that we've received from Mr. Manager and Mr. Hook is that we've seen some increased attendance by some of our staff and our students, which increased attendance equals better learning and better outcomes for our students. So really happy to see that. At the high school, like Stacy said, we were there during wind block, which was unique because I've never been there during wind block. It was awesome. I really liked to see, it really was what I need. Maybe some of them needed to move around, maybe some of them needed some academic assistance on something, maybe some of them needed some advising and some coaching. There were people with the school counselors. It was really great, and I appreciate that your administration's implemented the wind block. Thank you for that. And I know it's been around for a while, but still. At the elementary school, what I really noticed the most this time was that students weren't just sitting at their desks in their chairs in rows, and this goes back to the modern learning environment. They were on the floor, they were in chairs, they were laying on carpets, they were standing up, they were at bar stools. They were in every way, they were half sitting, and that's how they needed to learn. And it wasn't for our benefit. This is just what they do, and that equals better outcomes for our students. And so thank you for that modern learning environment for our kids. I also want to call out that it was great to see the library back up and running. That's all on the schools, but to piggyback off of what Mr. Tinarella said about the work on the middle school, thank you to JCJ, Fontaine, and Left Field, but thank you to Dr. Flanagan and your crew. They did the construction, and you filled in all the pieces. And you guys are the unsung hero of this project. I know, I don't even know how much went into it, but I know a lot went into it, so thank you for that. That's all.
3 quick things. Good luck to our tournament teams, especially field hockey.
Tomorrow is 6 o'clock at Pierce
Let's
Field.
go Tigers. All right, I'm with you. Great job by the elementary school. And when we got accepted in 2019 to build this new school, this is what we wanted tonight. You could walk in, there had basketball going in the gym, we had theater going here in the CAF, and we had a meeting here in the Flex Performance Space. This is the community center. This is the community vibe that we were looking for. And tonight was the very first night it happened, and it was just really good. It was a little chaotic, but it was really cool to see. And that's what our community deserves. So that's all I have.
I want to thank the TES students for presenting tonight. Tremendous job. Our future is very bright with students like that in the system. I also want to thank TES admin for stepping in for Mr. Woodlock tonight. They did a phenomenal job. I think it's also a testament to what a great job Mr. Woodlock typically does. It took 3 people to replace him.
Don't tell them that.
We do have a need for executive session tonight to conduct strategy sessions in preparation for negotiations with non-union personnel, or to conduct collective bargaining sessions or contract negotiations with non-union personnel. This will require a motion.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call vote.
In favor?
In favor.
In favor?
In favor?
In favor?
In favor.
In favor.
Oh,